So in the next 5 minutes, we're going to make the world different. And can you give me a drum roll? OK, now knock it off. We're going to do that by identifying the first new human right of the 21st century. For the first time, together here, right now. It's a pretty big deal. So we're going to start with a question. What do people need to survive disasters? Food. So, OK, one at a time. Simmer down. So these two little gentlemen here are having some plumpy nut. If you ever have a bad day, just sit at your desk and say, plumpy nut, plumpy nut. Makes it better. We need water. I heard water. OK. Shelter? Anyone in the cheap seats? Humans need shelter. OK, but someone really jumped the shark here and said information. Now, one of these things, to quote Sesame Street, is not like the other. Food, water, shelter, medicine are protected under international law and under human rights standards in a way that's different from information. I am so ahead of myself. This is a slide of Brooklyn after Hurricane Sandy. Folks are charging their cell phones. Now, the question is, do we have a right to that? The same way we have a protected right to the critical resources of food, water, shelter, medicine. And what I'm saying here today is, I think we do. And I want to tell you why I think that. So this is a satellite image that my team at the Harvard Humanitarian Initiative Signal program in Cambridge, we analyzed this in 2011. You see some white spots in there. This is Kadugli, Sudan. In the summer of 2011, we had reports that there was house-to-house killing. And with the help of George Clooney and some other folks, we were watching from high-resolution satellites. And there's some dump trucks also present in this picture. Now, what we thought was happening, and later corroborated, was this. Does anyone know what this is a picture of? Mass graves. We believe these 3 trenches, each approximately the size of a soccer field, are most likely mass graves. Now, we were able to determine this because we had the support of a very famous guy. We had high-resolution satellites and brilliant people at Harvard University. But most places don't have the access to these things to get life-saving information to find out what's happening, where aid is, and how to access it. So it's not just about war and conflict. This is a picture of Biloxi, Mississippi, after Katrina, where I was in 2005. And I observed that higher income, mostly white parts of that community were connected by cell phones and were able to figure out where aid was and how to get it. Lower income, mostly African-American members of those communities in Biloxi were sitting in the rubble of their homes, unable to find and access assistance. So this is the sentence. Our technological innovation has superseded our moral and ethical innovation. Our tools are more advanced than our ethics and our laws and our concept of human rights. So we got to go back to the future, ladies and gentlemen. And where we're going, we may not need roads, but we do need rights. And this lady here, Eleanor Roosevelt, in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, says everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. I would also say they have a right to information in disasters to realize that right. R2ID. So what is it about? It's about everyone. Frederick Douglass said famously, in talking about the abolition of slavery, that power concedes nothing without a demand. It's time we make a demand to ensure the infrastructure, the access to data, and the information equity so that everyone has a right to information when they need it most. And if we do that, if we make that demand, we will, to quote Eleanor again, make the world anew. Thank you.